on me to keep doing exactly what I've done for my entire career, to keep helping people. But I want to take it rural. Santa Fe is a great town. I was born and raised here. This is my hometown. However, there is more to the 1st Judicial District than just Santa Fe. And sometimes Santa Fe is too far for services. Sometimes you've got somebody in Chama who is in a very dangerous situation and they just can't get to Santa Fe. They just can't get to Espanola. They can't get to the council. They can't get to the services. And we do have clinics that do provide services in some of the rural communities like El Rito and different places. But my plan would be, let's help the entire community. We have people in Youngsville, we have people in Chama, we have people in La Madera, we have people in Stanley, we have people in Edgewood. They are part of our judicial district. My plan would be to work not only to participate and gain training, but to try to develop mechanisms and systems to take them to these other communities. You come into the courts in Santa Fe. Yes, we have centralized judicial, but the services for families to be able to get the counsel at court, to be able to get the protection from violence, we have to be in the communities. And that would be my plan, to work toward those goals.
If given the opportunity to head the Sheriff's Department, I would make it almost mandatory to attend these kind of trainings, providing we have coverage on patrol and investigations and whatnot. But if we're not able to attend the training or seminars that are scheduled for that particular day, I would ask to hold another training. Or if the people that go to these trainings to come back and train the people that we have there, because it is essential. It is something that every sworn law enforcement officer that has exposure to these types of crimes needs. They need that training. It's very vital in today's society with the domestic violence issues and rape and the unfortunate crimes that happen to these victims and families that are broken up. But it's essential to these law enforcement officers, deputies, investigators, everybody that's exposed to these types of crimes to have these types of training. So I would absolutely make it a point to where everybody gets the training. If not, if they can't attend the training, have somebody come down and train them when the time is feasible.
What we had here, when you give me the two in the sheriff's office, is what those two do when they go back is they train. They provide the in-house training. And my understanding is they were attending, train the trainer so that you can go back to your agency and train the rest. And it continues, and it will continue. If you think that in my commitment, I'll give you my commitment now as the undersheriff that we will cooperate with you and work with you 100%. Now, I'm not saying that because I'm running for office, but we will do that now. And you will continue to have my commitment if I was to become sheriff. But right now, I'm not going to promise you something just because I want your vote. It's not going to be that. I will go back to my office and make sure that we participate to where we should be, if that is what the requirement is, with 100% if we have to. We can't do it all at once, but my understanding at the time was that these students would go back and are providing the training. Thank you.
Well, my commitment, I think I'm the only one that has the historical basis for that, because I've been a member of both the Santa Fe and Rio Arriba Community Response Council since both were started. And I'm, as I said, very proud of those. As far as training is concerned, I was a member of the Attorney General's Best Practices Task Force. I helped write the manual, and I also did trainings I missed the one in Farmington, I did the one in Taos, the one in Las Cruces, and I think I did the one here, I can't remember, we did so many. And we did have a lot of law enforcement officers, but I also went in defense of the Sheriff's Department and did the training so that they would have their domestic violence certification more than 1 year, I can't remember how many years. And I went on shift change. They were shorthanded, they can't all go to somewhere. So I went over there at 7 o'clock in the morning, 10 o'clock at night, what's the other time I went, 2 in the afternoon, for about 2 weeks of that. Since I left the court, and I've been in private practice, I've been asked to and have provided about 5 or 6 trainings for other agencies, for Court Watch, for Rape Crisis, and also for the New Mexico State Police. So whether I'm elected, whether I'm not, my commitment is to domestic violence. I have continued to do that and will do so, and I think I've demonstrated that by my actions as well as my
extremely important to make it, if not mandatory, try to get all the judges to participate in these training sessions. As Margaret just said, the first thing she did was to draw on community resources to learn what judges need to know in terms of, the signs of abuse, the different resources that are available in the community, and of course it's essential that all the judges know that. They may already all know it, but that would be my commitment to try to make it mandatory, or at least strongly urge all the judges to participate in these training sessions and keep familiar with the updates, because it's always a developing area. I think Margaret's done an excellent job of showing how that can be done in terms of getting the training and then sharing it back with the community. So that would be my approach also.
Well, I would certainly be interested in hearing from you anytime you are having training. I know that I get emails from you about things like this forum and filling out the questionnaire. I don't know if I'm generally on your email list, so I'll ask that you put me on, okay, first. In terms of trainings, I would be particularly interested in not so much law, but this is a very nuanced area, and it deals so much with psychology and recognizing how to really listen to people so you hear what they're not saying as much as what they are saying. In fact, sometimes it's just the opposite of what they are saying. I would really be interested in more training in those kinds of areas, so if you have those, I would be there. I also, as I mentioned, I would, after June 1, if I am elected, I would really like to brainstorm the idea of how can we get more lawyers involved to help, not so much in the order of protection area, but in the further proceedings that people have when they are trying to get themselves out of a marriage where there is violence, out of dealing with the other parent of their children, when there's violence involved in those kinds of things. I'd really like to come up with some good ways. One of the first things I did after I was on the bench was to sign up for an ABA pro bono forum where I said I specifically would like to get information on what can you do in the area of domestic violence and their legal needs as a judge. What can you do? And so I would like to work on that more and keep working on that.
What you can expect from me, and I'll give you only 2 of the items. I wrote it out the other night, and it's called What to Expect, and there's 16 items. Item number 1, children first. Any case that comes into the courtroom where a child is involved, the safety of the child is paramount, and they will be protected regardless of the fallout with either parent. Item number 2, it's my intention to urge the rest of the court to adopt a pro se litigants' Bill of Rights. This is not to further pander to the pro se litigants. This is to tell them what will and will not be provided to them, and to set specific standards for them so they know exactly how they're expected to conduct themselves and behave in a courtroom. Thank you.
Hi. I'm already signed up for a lot of training. I'm certainly eager to have any training, and it doesn't have to be formal training, it can be informal training. I would also like to talk to you all and sort of help you do your jobs in a good way